the pings from the ocean were coming from the missing plane's black box. Now, that black box is crucial because it would record information to help determine what happened during the final moments before the plane disappeared. An internet security threat is causing concern for people and businesses. The potential damage is still unknown. Its presence is hard to detect. Even affected websites will have to implement a fix, every single one of them. Fox's Dan Bowens shows us what you should be doing to protect yourself as much as possible.
I have like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, a new app called Shots, Snapchat.
There's no shortage of websites requesting personalized logins and passwords. Janice and Anthony Faudy have different approaches to cybersecurity.
I'm not trusting, so I have all different passwords. He uses one. I don't want to kill him.
Whether you have one password or one for every site you visit, there's a chance the so-called Heartbleed bug has left your information exposed. Tech expert Shelley Palmer.
This is a constant arms race. The bad guys are always looking for something to exploit, and the good guys are always hoping to stay one step ahead of them.
The Heartbleed bug has been lurking in the shadows of internet servers for about 2 years. It's affecting nearly 500,000 websites and has potentially left your personal information open to hackers. If you see a little lock image in the address bar of your browser, that site is using the encryption software, likely affected.
I'd change your password now, and then I'd wait a couple weeks and I'd change it again.
Because Palmer says changing your password won't matter unless the site you're visiting patches the security hole. You can see if the correction has been made with online tools like the Heartbleed test. We ran a few popular sites, including our own, and they appear to be clear.
If they haven't patched the flaw, you can change your password all day and all night. It's not going to make any difference.
Password management software like LastPass also has tools to check site security. Dan Bowens, Fox News.
In your money tonight, the last-minute rush to get your taxes done is in full swing, scrambling for receipts and crunching numbers. But what can you do before the Tuesday deadline to first get it right and maybe take advantage of some breaks? Financial experts Gene Marks and Elliot Miller are here with helpful tips. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks, Joyce.
All right, everybody wants to know this because they're scrambling around, and I got to tell you, I'm tardy too. Is there anything at this point to simplify the mad dash?
Well, let me start this out, Joyce. We're here when it's the April 13th. I have to say something. Not a lot you can be doing right now. I mean, maybe a last-minute payment to your 401k or your retirement account, but other than that, you got to check the math and let it go. The big advice I can give people is that if they're still not 100% sure about what's on their return, it's okay to file an extension. You just got to pay in what you owe, and then you've got some time to figure out and make sure that your tax return is exactly right. So that might be a good alternative for you.
Yeah, that's right, and it's really last minute now. There is one thing you can do, if you can do it in the next 2 days, to reduce your tax bill if you haven't filed already. You can still open up an IRA. There's always a misconception. People think they have to do it in the calendar year of the taxes. It's not so. You have till April 15th to do it. But you got to be quick now.
Okay, you guys always stress, check the math.
Right.
Check the math, the number one mistake that could lead to audit. But what changes do we need to be looking out for filing the 2013 tax year?
So, and let me start with this one, Joyce. So, from a small business standpoint, because I know a lot of viewers run their own small businesses, there are some big changes. There are about 55 tax deductions and credits that expired in 2013 that aren't around in 2014. A couple of ones that have kind of gone away. You got to talk to your accountant about Section 179, accelerated depreciation, where you can write off an asset really quickly. That's really been reduced. Research and development, there was a nice tax credit for that as well. If you're used to taking that, that's gone away as well. There's a bunch of others, so make sure you talk to your accountant.
Yeah, and you know, there's a couple things that people could do that don't cost anything, and they really should do at this point. This is for this tax year that we're in now. Clean your closets out, take them to a qualified charity. There's websites telling you what they are. Get a receipt for it. That's one thing you can do. The other thing is, if you're going to start paying for school anytime soon, or if you're paying now, make sure you take advantage of the tuition tax credit, and if you can, open up a 529 plan, which can reduce your tax bill and help pay for tuition.
For those people who are already done, is it too soon to start planning for next year? I mean, why would you want to do that, Elliot?
Well, I think you really have to plan all the time. Just make sure that you're not doing anything crazy in terms of your taxes. And again, make sure that you keep a record of all the deductions that you can take. So it's not too early to check.
And if you're a small business as well, there are some things you can definitely do right now for 2014. I mentioned about that accelerated depreciation rule before called Section 179. That may change before the end of the year. So keep an eye out to see if you'll get that big deduction back. Home office deduction rules have changed. Making payments into all the retirement plans that you can possibly make, that's also another big thing that you really want to try and do. And in addition to that, just make sure your books and records are good. Talk to your accountant, have a mid-year meeting with them. You need to start planning out now. It's April. I mean, the year's going to go faster than you think.
All right. We have so many more questions, but we got to go. Thank you, Gene.
Right.
Thank you, Elliot. We will talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, Joyce.
Thanks for having us, Joyce.
All right. Well, a man is brutally attacked after he accidentally hit a child with his car. Tonight, meet the woman who came to his defense. She's a true hero. Plus, the U.S. hasn't rocketed any astronauts into space on its own in more than 3 years. We'll have a behind-the-scenes look at the new ship that will soon send Americans soaring into the final frontier.
Anywhere you can go, we can go too. Now you can watch Fox 29 News and Good Day Philadelphia live on your smartphone or mobile device. Just go to myfoxphilly.com/live.
Mattress not comfy?
Get off the couch and get into your mattress destination at Raymore and Flanagan.
We have the largest selection of mattresses in the Northeast at the guaranteed lowest prices.
Guaranteed?